Good morning on Friday, January 16th. We thought we'd walk you through the process of covering these beautiful mahogany boards with 5200 and then screwing them down in place. While John's doing that, I will walk you through where we are. As you can see, John is fabricated all but, what is it, John, the last 10 or so boards on each side, right? Yeah. And he has pre-drilled all of the fastener holes so that we make sure that once we drive a fastener through, there's somebody on the other side. And as you can see here, he's created a guide for himself to know which length screws to use where. Here's a group of planks that have already been fastened down. The 5200 is curing. Dannenberg tells us that, and that's our own experience confirms it, it takes a good week for this 5200 to actually cure to the point where we can do anything next on it. We will be able to begin filling these countersink holes, but as regards beginning to apply the barrier coat, that's just not going to happen for a good week. Once John
gets 100% coverage on my board with no voids, and then I will continue to stick the board down. Okay, now you know that's covered, but I want to make sure that we get a good seal along the edge of the keel, the edge of the other board. Yeah, they might look like we got a little extra 5200, but the story is it's got to come out everywhere when you're done. And it's not clean, that's for sure.
And this 1930 Dodge has, shall we say, very challenging bottom planking. Most boats we work on, the bottom planking runs stem to stern, long planks running sometimes the full length of the boat, sometimes half the length and overlapping. But this herringbone pattern, where the two sides of each board are not parallel to one another, everyone is different, everyone is unique. We can't simply run them through a table saw with the fence set at 6.08 inches and cut out all the blanks. Every single one has to be hand fashioned to fit in place. So John is working through. And once 5200 has cured, well, once we get the whole bottom on the port side here, it may look like they're all down, but they're just sitting here. A few of them have a single positioning screw in them, which allows us to place and fit the subsequent plank. As I said, every single plank has to be hand sanded, hand shaped, to fit its allotted space. So as you can see, as John is doing this,
the 5200 is coming right up through.
Yep, we have 5200 fountains appearing throughout this plank. That's exactly what you want, because when that cures, it totally seals the void any void that could exist around the fastener. And I've had several people ask, why do you put in so many screws? Well, you want the 5200 to be completely sandwiched without any voids. And even though that plywood, the inner planking, may look quite flat, if you could see it magnified, it would simply be full of voids.
Not clean.
No.
Nothing clean about it. And now the next little challenge is making sure the 5200 comes out on this side. See how it's squeezing out where it wasn't coming out before? That's what I'm doing. As long as I can see the 5200 right there on the edge, I'm happy.
So, on a Friday afternoon with snow coming, this is today's report on the 1930 Dodge Runabout, named the Minnow.
Yes.
We'll be back to you again from Snake Mountain Boat Works. Goodbye for this week.